What is up, guys? My name is Madara Uchiha here. Welcome back to part 1 of a new video. As you can see from the picture, this is what if Naruto was Madara's grandson. Yes, I have something important to say. Right now, this year, after these 2 months go by quickly, I'm about to make t-shirts, which I'm not done with, and I'm gonna have to ask someone for help, which I'm gonna need a bunch of money to do so. If you want me to get some t-shirts, it will be low price, because I do not like to high price my t-shirts. My t-shirts will be under 20 to 15 or to 13 or to 22 to 19 to 17. Yeah, if you wish to get more, but once I get some more, once I gain more money, I will be spending that money, my YouTube money, for t-shirts I will be doing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before I get into anything of that, listen right now. I go to this YouTuber right here. He is very nice, and I love his videos. And first of all, go to this YouTuber right here. His name is Anime King, and he got 17.9k subscribers. He got a second channel called Anime King 2. He posted a lot of videos on there and this. If you can see by these videos, his videos is automatically posted. Like right here of what if Naruto was Madara's grand— What? Leave me alone. I don't care. What if Naruto was Madara's grandson? Please go check out those 2 channels I was on. But before I do anything, I will be back sooner. Peace out, anime fans. I will be back. Green box. Mother. Pleasure. I do not see a Walmart box. Where is and where is not a Walmart bag. Do not see a good box or a Walmart bag. I do not see nothing like that. John, have you noticed a Walmart bag? Why did you knocking all the stuff on the floor? I still touch food. John, have you seen a Walmart bag? Something to smell like smoke. I look for later too in the cabinet gonna look for the Walmart food for less bag. Come on, you doggy. I look to my left, then to my right, and I walk up and see a Walmart bag. I open the Walmart bag, and nothing's up in it. I open the food for less bag, and nothing's in there, but it's work. Well, mother only found a common trail. I found this, but not a Walmart bag or a food for less. I did not see no donuts. Well, I will be taking this pot for my own. Food game, oh well, a game. Hey, my fresh doggies. Sorry for the background of my noise. I was looking for a Walmart bag or a food for less bag with donuts in. I am very apologize for the things I did and made you wait. So, let's get into what if Naruto was the grandson of Madara. But before we get into this vortex break, I just want to explain to somebody of my YouTube channel. If you can explain to me and tell me and help me out to edit videos and make large posts on my YouTube. Just to let you know, I will be stopping videos on my PC. Comment down below if you like videos on my PC or phone. Just say phone or just say yes or no. Yeet means both. If you want both, you say yeet. Y-E-E-T. And if you want to say yes, that means you want to keep doing videos on my PC. If you say no, I'm going to have to charge my phone all the way every day to do videos. I am very apologize for wasting your time. So, let's begin of what if Naruto was the grandson of Madara Uchiha. Before we begin, and let's begin now. 13 years ago, for fuck's sakes, 13 years ago, on October 10th, when Naruto Uzumaki was now born. Uzumaki Naruto was born on October 10th, 13 years ago. This when the Nine-Tailed Kyuubi attacks the village. But before we get in there, we looked inside a building with Minato, Namikaze, and Kishin Uzumaki. Minato had the shining gun and blonde hair. Let's begin and begins this video. Uzumaki Naruto was born on October 10th, 13 years ago. Naruto was 1 year old. Then Sasuke Uchiha. When Sasuke was born 1509. Do not know, they didn't explain when Sasuke was born. And just to let you know, I did a what's they call that? I forgot what's they call that, but I wrote and typed down some words that I can explain. But Sasuke, it didn't tell me when Sasuke or Sakura was born. It said a code name or code number. It said 1509. And on Sakura, 1705. So, it didn't explain when their two was born. But, let's begin. Naruto Uzumaki was now born 1 year before Sasuke Uchiha. Now, a masked man now appeared, saying, "Give me Kushina or you die." Minato got angry and upset for saying die and around his son. So Minato flared his chakra, which it was stronger than even Madara Uchiha, Minato's father. Minato looks at the man in the mask. The man was sweating so hard that he couldn't control his sweat. His sweat was almost going to reach down his mask. The man was going to breathe heavily, but he stopped himself. The man looks at Uchiha Minato. Who are you? He stopped himself again, was trying to breathe heavily. Madara now just looked at Kushina absorbed her in another dimension. Minato noticed this and asked him what kind of time-space was that, but never a word didn't even came out of Tobi's mouth. Madara Uchiha now vanished in a vortex. Minato was angry that he took his wife. Now the man shall die. The man vanished in a single vortex. Minato grabbed his son and seen a tag on the wall. Actually, it was more tags. Seen 4 tags on each wall and a ceiling tag, making the 4 tags go up in light with a boom. A boom heard and Minato was flying out of the windshield. Minato grabbed his son quickly as a flash can say yellow flash. Minato vanished in a yellow flash, but the explosion couldn't even... Minato almost had the time to leave the explosion, but it was too late. Minato covered his son with a bear hug and he went flying out the window. That will be left off. Minato now appeared on the 3rd Hokage's grounds. Hiruzen. 4th Hokage Minato? Yeah? Take care of that. Hiruzen looks up, seeing the 9-tailed beast. Minato senses the man's chakra from far away. Anbu. Minato said, and this Anbu was Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi, take care of my son. Yes, 4th Hokage. Kakashi Hatake now took and grabbed Naruto. He vanished in a vortex. In this, Kakashi now has and knows about his abilities of his Mangekyo. And abilities of his Mangekyo Sharingan. So he vanished in a vortex and appeared in another dimension. He's seeing a masked man around. The 3rd, I can't say his name. Please say his name. Kakashi Hatake looks at the masked man, while the masked man turns around, seeing Kakashi Hatake and vanished. Kakashi acts like, what was that? And Kakashi vanished as well into the Namikaze clan. Kakashi put Naruto safely and soundly to sleep. Kakashi was protecting a brother-in-law. Kakashi thinks of Minato as a father to him, and Kushina as a mother to him. So Kakashi had to babysit his baby brother. Now let's begin the role of a shinobi. Minato Namikaze Uchiha was now facing off with Madara. The masked man flared his chakra as well, and Minato noticed that his chakra was just like Minato's. He noticed that his chakra, the masked man's chakra, was just like his and his father's. Who are you? Minato yelled out. And the masked man didn't even say a word and pulled out change. Minato said again, flaring his chakra and his Sharingan. Who are you? Minato said, and his Sharingan was different. As you can see, the Sharingans, or the Mangekyo Sharingans, was up top. I'm moving the Mangekyo of Sasuke, the Mangekyo of Obito, and the Mangekyo of Itachi. All those 3's mixed with all Mangekyo Sharingans. All those 3 Mangekyos mix and merge together, making a ultimate Mangekyo with Amaterasu, Kamui, and Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi. which making Minato's Susanoo is much powerful than it is. And Naruto's Mangekyo will be all the same as Minato's. Let's get back into Minato Namikaze's fight of the valley. It's just like the Valley of the Yin, but versus two Uchihas. But let's begin. The man in the mask used a half Susanoo, while Minato used a full one. The man got crashed and flew back and crashed to a tree, but Minato vanished in a flash, kicking the man straight in his face. But Minato noticed it went straight through him. "My Sharingan," Minato said. "That was just mine." Minato said Kamui and vanished in a flash. Minato Kamui was totally different than Obito's and Kakashi's. He don't enter the state of the world. He enters and bring back the fourth of the vanished. Let me explain Minato's Kamui. Since Minato's Sharingan and Mangekyo's Sharingan merged together with Obito's, Sasuke's, and Itachi's Mangekyo, it makes a totally different Mangekyo Sharingan. Well, Minato said Kamui. He uses Kamui for a different meaning. He don't appear in a box of vortex. He don't appear to another dimension. He appear out of the dimension. Like he don't go, let me explain. He don't go to the dimension at all. Anytime he looks at something and he say Kamui, he appears that way in a vortex. So Minato steps out, seeing the masked man going, jumps back, and then a big boom happened. Minato looks back, seeing the tail piece, the nine-tailed Jinchuriki, attacking everyone. Minato said, "I gotta finish this now. Amaterasu." Minato said, looking at the masked man, but it went straight through him like he was a ghost. Minato never knew that ability of Kamui. Minato looks at the masked man. "Amaterasu," Minato said more, using and pushing more chakra into his eyes, burning his eyes. Minato didn't even scream at all. He didn't care how long it would take. He wants his son safe. He wants everyone in the village safe and sound. So Minato got tired of this man acting like he's his father. "Amaterasu." Minato tried to absorb the man in a mask, but it was too late. The man vanished, and Minato didn't have it no more. Minato threw a flying Raijin kunai at the masked man, and appearing with a big Rasengan, and his eyes changed not to the Mangekyo but to Sage Mode. Sage Mode, activate now. Apply my big Rasengan Shuriken. A Rasengan Shuriken appeared in Minato's arms, throwing it at the masked man, and actually it hits him. The masked man's arm was ripped off and flight back. Since the masked man had wood style, and his arm grew back faster than you can ever say lightning. Actually, you can say lightning faster than his arm can grow back, so please don't. Let's get back into the story though. Minato now noticing that his arm grew back fast. Minato threw another shuriken and vanished in a flash, appearing with his big Rasengan through the man's back. "Rasengan!" Minato screamed, and it actually hit him. Minato placed two seals on the masked man, explosion seal and a seal that he can teleport to. Minato now seeing the masked man's face turn, is seeing the mask turn to angry, turn to happiness to angry. His mask shapes to a forming deadless mask. The man got angry. Minato smiled and smirked at the man in the mask. Minato now looks at the man and said, put his two hands together and said, "Kai." And the masked man's back exploded. Not two pieces, but it hurt his back like hell. But the masked man got through there and vanished in a vortex. the man in the mask said one word, some words actually, that he can say one word. I mean, I need to change that. Alright, he said more than one word, and he said this: I will destroy the village, in a deep voice that I cannot do at all. If I had a person who had a deeper voice than me, I will do so. But I do not have that. So you have to enjoy what you get. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry that I said that correctly. But yes, I told you I wrote a script about this. I'm so happy I did so because I know you don't love scripts so much. You probably don't, but let me get back into the script of the story. Got hiccups like damn fool. So, I'm sorry. Let's get back into the story of Minato Namikaze fighting the Masked Man. The Masked Man used a vortex just like his, and he vanished in a vortex, saying Kamui. The Masked Man appeared in Madara State, where Madara used to live in his far away from any village in the water. It's a big base and says Madara Uchiha. But no one knows about this base, not even Minato Namikaze himself or his father. His father knew about it but never told Minato. But he told Minato's mother, which Minato's mother, we came to a flashback. Minato's mother died by 2 rogue ninjas that was stronger, and that was Uchiha's. And they had Mangekyou Sharingan just like Madara's. But Madara's Sharingan was stronger, more powerful, more venomous. Madara appeared seeing the 2 Uchihas glaring Mangekyou at his wife. Madara looks at his wife, seeing bleeding out of her mouth and gut. Madara seeing his son and seeing he got a little blood on him too. Madara got angry, pissed, beyond pissed, more angry than you can imagine. Madara looked at the 2 men looked back and seen the long black hair that reaches his waist. They was shaking in fear. It's Madara, they screamed out. Madara Uchiha, who faced off with the first Hokage, Hachirama Senju. They backed up, large amount. Madara got pissed. Beyond that, he was angry. He was sad. He was depressed that his wife and child got hurt because of him wasn't being there. And to save his wife, save his child, Madara looks at the man, and just his eyes glow red like the sky. His eyes went to a full Susanoo. A blue Susanoo appeared around Madara. Madara just rushed towards them, and they appeared with a Susanoo as well, but it was not a full Susanoo. Madara just easily killed 2 of them. The last one wasn't there. Where is you? Where are you hiding? Madara said with a deeper voice than you can even imagine of scary. Madara was feared by all Uchihas, all shinobis, even the 5th Mizukage, even the Kages themselves. Madara was feared by all. I am Madara Uchiha, and I will destroy you. Madara just went on a full rampage. Rogue shinobis dead. There and now. Madara killed the last Uchiha. I will destroy everyone. And he heard a cough coming from his son. Son, I'm sorry. Madara rushed towards his son, giving his son a big hug. But his son said, I can't breathe. And this is none. His son was even his name was Minato Namikaze. And he looked and closed Minato's eyes, covering it, not showing his mother. What happened to mother? Minato said, while his eyes was shut. I'm sorry. My wife and your mother. He could not say it or speak at all. Madara said and grabbed the courage and said, "She's dead." Tears now fall out of Minato's eyes. A lot of tears dropped out. "I'm sorry, father. I couldn't protect her. I couldn't protect my mother. It's okay. It's alright." Madara said that he will be changing the world. He will change it to truly peace. But he told his son that he cannot have a son. But cover up your name of Minato Namikaze. Just name yourself Minato. Do not tell anyone about your Sharingan. Do you hear me, boy? Yes, father. Minato said he loved his father and he left to the Uzumaki clan. Actually, no, Madara built a Uchiha clan, but a Uchiha base for only him and people who knows where his base is at, which was Minato's mother. She knew everything about Madara, but didn't care what happened to him, cause that was can't speak. That was her husband. Madara now vanished, never returning to his son. Minato, end of the flashback, remembering the nine-tailed beast. A Biju bomb was gonna crash into the Namikaze clan. Minato vanished in a flash, appearing where the Biju bomb will be hitting. Minato asked Genin, said, "I bit my freaking tongue, man. I'm sorry. I bit my tongue. I'm very sorry." Let's get back to the story. Minato asked Genin, stealing 50% of the Nine Tails inside of his son. Knowing him, he will become the next Uchiha Madara. Minato wants Naruto to keep the name as Uchiha Madara. So Minato gave a scroll to and left a scroll by his son. And only the third Kage in him and Naruto can read it. Once Naruto turns 10 years old, he can read it once his birthday came. So 4 years passes. Baby Naruto's birthday now gone. Baby Naruto's birthday and Naruto is 4 years old now, and his birthday is now October 10th. So it's now October 10th, and Naruto was getting chased by members of mobs. 2 Ambos appeared, even the white-haired man, Kakashi Hatake. "Do not attack this boy. What, are you a demon lover?" he said to these 2 Ambos. And these 2 Ambos got even madder. One was just like Naruto. One was just like Naruto, who liked it, Naruto. Even the other one. I don't want to name, but yeah. Kakashi really got angry and let off a bunch of bloodlust. And even the other Ambu as well. Why did all of the people, the people that looked at the 2 Ambus backed off and went away? They seen a lot of scratches and threads of needles went inside of Naruto. It was Jonins and Chunins attacking him. They both said out loud. Naruto looks at the 2 Ambus and passes out and faints. Why? Naruto said in his mind, why me? Why do I have to face the facts of fear? Why do I have to be the one who's weak? I do not want to be weak. I want to be strong. I want to protect myself. Why? Naruto just kept saying why and why. Which I got, yeah, you know. Naruto kept saying why I'm weak. Why I'm pathetic. Why? A huge roar, a huge growl came behind Naruto. Naruto seen the big gate and wasn't afraid at all. This is my death, Naruto said, walking towards the gate, and a big roar shooed Naruto back towards a wall behind Naruto. Ouch, that hurt. What are you? Naruto didn't even have a reflection. He didn't even have fear on his face, but Naruto inside was scared like anything. Hello? Naruto said with a straight face. Not even scared at all, but he was scared inside. A huge roar, and then a large footsteps came to the gate. Came to the gate. And he's seeing two red blooded eyes, looking. And he's seeing 9 tails was behind. How did 9-tailed fox get in my house? Get in my mind? Listen, boy. You are powerful. You not regret that. You're not weak or pathetic. You're not useless like the others. The two umbers protecting you, loved you, cared for you, protected you. Do not call them weak. Do not call them pathetic. Kurama just roared again, and again, and again. Listen to me, boy! And Naruto stared and was scared shitless. Naruto wasn't. His face changed to just a bored expression to a feared boy. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Naruto said, kept repeating. Listen, Kurama said, looking at the boy. Your father. Yes, you know about him. Do not get mad at your father. What he had did to you. Who he had sealed inside of you. Which he sealed me inside of you. He was a strong shinobi. Powerful and feared against all shinobi. No one knew about his past. No one knew about his future. Listen to me. Your father was Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage of the leaf. Naruto's eyes came to scared to emotions to shocked-faced Naruto, and tears fall out of Naruto's eyes. He died protecting you, Naruto. In this, the Naito, the Kyuubi, told Naruto his the Naito told his name. I am Kurama. And why are you so nice? Naruto said, looking at Kurama. Listen, I know your mother. Your mother was Kushina Uzumaki. Which who you would choose a name? What do you mean? Would you choose both? Or would you only choose your mother or father? Choose now. Naruto is thinking this hardly. I choose both. Great. The Kyuubi gave Naruto a fox smile. Actually, a real smile to Naruto. Naruto looked at the Kyuubi. Now say, which will you choose? Death or survival? Survival. Now, good. Which will you choose? Death or training? Training. Good. Which will you choose? Hate, tricked, or good? Good. What is this for? Be quiet and let me speak. Naruto, shut up. Which will you choose? Your abilities or death? Abilities. Great. Which will you choose? Power or destruction? Power. Great. Now, Uzumaki Naruto, Namikaze Uchiha. Naruto's eyes widen. I'm from the Uchiha clan? No. Your grandfather. What? I know I hate the boy, the bastard who controlled me. Your grandfather no less. Do you know about Uchiha Madara? I read about him sooner. I do. Can you explain to me what he did back in the past? I can. Uchiha Madara attacked the Uchiha clan because they wasn't following his lead. Only some of them followed. Like 4 or 5. They only followed him because he was the leader of the Uchiha clan. His father was dead and the Senjus and the Uchiha hated each other for centuries. In the Uchiha clan, his father and Hashirama's father died by killing each other. In Madara Uchiha's brother died as well, while Madara took the eyes of his brothers. Hashirama's brother is the second Hokage, and Hashirama Senju was the first Hokage. Those names match together because Hashirama had the wood style. Tobirama had the water. He can use water and control the air of water. Any type of water was beside him. He didn't even need water itself to use even a water jutsu. He only needed to use air. Air was his water. Good. Tell me all about Madara and Hashirama. The Valley of the End, with Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha fought. Every Uchihas and Senju fought with their lives depended on it. All Uchihas and Senju died except for two of them. Two of them? Who's those two? No one knows this but Jiraiya Senju. The Kyuubi, or you can know as Kurama, smiled at this. Good. Who's the second one? Tsunade Senju. Good. Do Jiraiya knew his last name? He do not. Would you tell him? I do not. I do not want to tell Jiraiya about his last name. Good. Do you know who Jiraiya is to you? No. He's your grandfather. He's your father-in-law. Not his eyes wide, but why he's not with me now? One reason. You want to hear that reason? Yes. Well, he's not with you is because he has spies everywhere and got control. Can't speak. Gotta control network, and network gets everything to the leaf. Alright. Now tell me what happened in the Valley of the End. Hashirama killed Madara. While Hashirama died by old age. And Madara died by a blade sticking in his back. I said black back. Good. But listen, Madara Uchiha survived that attack and married a Namikaze, and then made your father, Minato, Namikaze. Naruto smiled over this. Thank you, Kurama. Kurama told Naruto that do not forget your father's legacy and use your father's technique, the third Hokage, the Flying Thunder God, in your mother's Kenjutsu. What is that? Her chin release. And your father's Sharingan, which is stronger than your grandfather's, actually. Naruto smiled. I will do so, Kurama. Naruto said, backing off out of the thing. 2 weeks passed, and Naruto was still unconscious. And I started to awaken. Oh, I need to crack my neck. Hold up. Let me go get some water first. My nose. I mean, not my nose. I'm thirsty. You okay? Sorry. But let's begin. Well, Naruto backed out and 2 weeks was passed. Huh? This the dog treats.
The dog can eat them.
Huh?
The dog can eat them.
Okay.
The dog can say yes.
Okay, Ralph, go.
Don't stop.
Oh, you don't? You don't want this. She don't want this right now. But, Riley, you can go now. Alright. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was this. Naruto backed out and 2 weeks passes and Naruto came from his consciousness. Everyone thought Naruto was gonna be dead. Even the nurses were smiling and saying, "Die, demon." But eyes opened, and two people was inside talking. Actually, three. A white-haired man with a Jonin's vest and a headband covering his left eye, and a white-haired man with the robe on his back and a Hokage's hat, and a man wrapped around bandages on his right eye and his right arm. His name was Danzo. The Hokage was third Hokage Hiruzen Sabutobi. The man who had white hair was Kakashi Hatake. Naruto opened his eyes slightly, hearing the words coming out of Kakashi's mouth. "Hokage, let me babysit and adopt my brother." And the Danzo and the Hokage stopped. "Your brother? Why?" "I think the fourth Hokage wanted me to, and I wanted to adopt him because the fourth Hokage was just like a father figure to me." The Hokage smiled. "Yes, but Hokage, why can't I just train him?" "No, I will not let you train Minato's son and train him to a weapon. Go, Danzo, before I force you out." Danzo smirked and left out. Danzo's face changed to a smirking face to just sad and told him he gonna kill him. Danzo was thinking of how he was gonna kill the Hokage, but the Hokage already knew what Danzo was gonna be planning, trying to assassinate him, but it won't work. But listen, Naruto opened his eyes and moved his arm, but he couldn't move his arm at all. Naruto could move his legs, but his two arms couldn't move at all. Naruto spoke quietly. "Hokage." In this, Naruto's voice will be changing. Not to that, "I will be Hokage, believe it," to a small, sweet voice. "Hokage." Naruto said. The Hokage turns to Naruto and, "Naruto, I heard everything. I heard my mother. I heard he's my father. But listen." Naruto told the third Hokage slowly because his throat was aching in pain. The third Hokage eyes widened, even Kakashi's. "Well then, that makes me adopt you. I will adopt you, little brother. Well then, I will take my name of Hatake. Younger brother. Kakashi brother." Naruto said, trying to get up, but fell to the ground. Kakashi picked up Naruto and put Naruto on his back, feeling Naruto's ass. Not like that, bro. Kakashi said, "I'm finna go put his clothes on. I'll be back, Hokage." 2 minutes later, Naruto had his clothes on, but Naruto still couldn't move his feet. He can't move it, or he couldn't walk at all. "Naruto, you're going to be living with me, since I'm, your adopted parent. But I'm your brother." "Okay, brother." Naruto was going to be training with Kakashi Hatake. Let's begin the training now. October 10th. Naruto is now 10 years old, and the Hokage explained what the note said to Naruto and the Hokage. It said this: "Dear third Hokage and dear Naruto, give this to Naruto, Hokage, and you can read it as well. I want Naruto to become a great shinobi, a powerful one." And it tells the third Hokage and Naruto about his parents, about Minato, about Kushina, and about his grandfather, and about his great-great-grandfather, Izumi Uchiha. I think that's his name. Madara's brother. Yeah, Izumi Uchiha. I don't know. But, yeah. and told about Madara Uchiha Opsuski. Yeah. And that ends there. And it said about the flying thunder god, teach. It only said teach a thunder god. And Naruto said that, the flying Raijin, my father's technique. I want to train that. Naruto, it will take you about 2 years to train. Well then, I only got 2 years anyway to turn 12 years old. And you're right. Here. The third Hokage tossed Naruto a scroll from his father to a Rasengan in the Rasengan Shuriken, and then the Thunder God. So, Naruto passed. Naruto was now 10 years old, training and knowing his techniques of his father's. Naruto was amazed of his father, amazed that he can control the feeling in the father figure. Now, October 10th, 2 years passed. Naruto is now 12 years old, and he got sent to the Hokage's office with even Kakashi Hatake. Naruto heard about the Uchiha massacre and who did it, and Naruto was still upset about the Uchiha but didn't hold a grudge. Naruto appeared. Gigi, you want something? Oh, fuck. Naruto said, Gigi, you want something? Hokage. Kakashi said. And then the Hokage looked at Naruto. Naruto, would you rather be on a team with Team 7 or a Jonin or a Ambu? Naruto flashback. Kakashi was gonna be on Team 7 controlling a team. Naruto said I will stick Genin first and wake my way up. I don't want to just be automatically Jonin or Ambu related. I know I'm strong, stronger than any Jonins, but I want to take my chances of becoming a Jonin myself. Naruto said, looking at the third Hokage. Well, I thought you was gonna choose that, so I made you something. The Hokage threw Naruto a orange jacket that reaches his waist. That reaches not his waist, but if you can see here, right there, if you can see that orange jacket right there. Right there, right about there. Yeah, right there. Naruto will wear an orange jacket with white pants and black gloves. With his he didn't have his headband yet, and Naruto smiled. Thank you, Hokage, for making this. No crap. No, Naruto. Thank you for being strong. And thank you for telling me about the Kyuubi and what happened 13 years ago, October 10th. Well, you have to go now. Ain't your okay becoming a Genin was waiting for you? Naruto said, bye now. Naruto and Kakashi walks out. Naruto smiled at his brother. Hey brother, can you take me there? My time dimension just don't automatically do that. Why you won't use yours? I never unlocked my Mangekyo, brother. Oh, I forgot. It's hard to unlock your Mangekyo Sharingan, since your Mangekyo was just like your father's, and your father's Mangekyo Sharingan was stronger than his own grandfather's, than his father himself. Oh, that's why I can't unlock it. Well, bye-bye. Naruto vanished in a flash, appearing by the door of Aruka Sensei. Naruto knocked on the door, and everyone looks at the door. Aruka answered and said, Naruto, you're late. Sorry, Aruka Sensei. The Hokage ordered me to come to the office, and it took a long time. Well, Naruto, it's okay. Your seat is by Sasuke. Naruto looked at Sasuke, and Sasuke didn't even look at Naruto. Naruto gave Sasuke a small smile, and no one noticed that, but, yeah. Sasuke gave Naruto a smirk without looking at him. Because Naruto and Sasuke was just like Uchiha friends. But Sasuke never knew Naruto had the Sharingan or Naruto was Uchiha. But Sasuke and Naruto didn't hold a grudge together. But they did hold friendship and want to be rivals. So, yeah. Sasuke and Naruto is now rivals, but still friend rivals. There you go, friend rivals. Well, they was now doing Genin's test. Renizem, Naruto put a genjutsu on the Sharingan and checked if it's a genjutsu there. And Naruto noticed it was like easy genjutsu right there. And he said release. And Naruto wrote the right thing. And Naruto noticed Mizuki staring at Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto noticed something shady about Mizuki Sensei. Naruto walked down and said, I'm done. And the two people who had 100% is Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha. The people who had 99% Sakura Harune, Ino, Hinata Hyuga, and Tenten. And Neji. And the people who had 85%, and don't forget, someone had 100% as well. 3 people had 100%. Was no other than Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki, and actually says there, my name is Naruto Hatake now. I got adopted. Oh yeah, Naruto Hatake and Shikamaru Nara. Well, Shikamaru Nara was sleeping. Naruto smiled at Shikamaru. Well then. Now it's a dummies test. Naruto now has to throw kunais at a dummy. Naruto closed his eyes and backflipped in the air. Haruka noticing this, and Naruto, like, kunais hit the same direction. I said direction. Same direction, and then it bounced off each other, hitting the dummies and hitting the spot that said red on there, hitting the middle of the target. Sasuke came up second and did the same thing, but much speedier. Naruto wanted to do it slow and steady. Naruto, and then now it's a taijutsu test. Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki face off. Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki's fight begins. Sasuke threw a punch at Naruto and Naruto dodges. Naruto threw a kick at Sasuke and Sasuke dodges, which it means in a draw. Sasuke and Naruto couldn't even hit each other or pan a single blow. Naruto always trained with Sasuke every day, and Sasuke knows Naruto's punches, but now they stopped training with each other because they know where their hits at. So they're still strong. But in this, Naruto had a secret identity. His name was Ryu. Ryu wasn't created yet, so, psych, I lied. Ain't Ryu not existing in this? Well, Naruto was now and it was a draw. Well, Yaminake, and a random girl. Won. Because was stronger and smarter than the girl. So, eat that. Well, now you will have to face off with a Chunin. Which, what's his name again? Frick. I said it. Mizuki was now finna fight with Naruto. Mizuki wanted to kill Naruto, so he rushed forward. Naruto looked at Mizuki, knowing that some of Mizuki's bloodlust coming out. No one else notices, not even Ruka. Well then, if you want to let out on my bloodlust. Naruto looked at Mizuki and smiled. Naruto was using some of the Kurama's chakra bloodlust. Mizuki stopped in his tracks. Everyone felt the presence of Naruto, but the two people who can control their bloodlust and who can just walk is only Sasuke and Naruto and Haruka Sensei. Haruka was stronger than Mizuki by a little bit, but he can still walk. Mizuki gets stopped in his tracks. Naruto vanished in a flash, kicking Mizuki in his neck, making Mizuki's neck just crack a little bit. Not break, but a little bit of bone crack. Mizuki's neck dropped to the ground. Aruka went over, seeing Mizuki was unconscious at all. He was unconscious, and actually he was conscious. Unconscious? He was unconscious and knocked out cold. The whole Aruka Sensei went to the medics. So, yeah. Then, the last but not least is the final exam. To become Genin, you have to explain what your jutsu will be. The Hokage was there, waiting for Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, step up. Well then, I have to show you my technique of my jutsu. Naruto put his hands in motion, and his hands speed up like the fleet of lightning. Only some people can notice Naruto's hand motions, which Aruka Sensei, some Jonins, and the Hokage. Naruto said, "Fire style. Great fireball jutsu." It was a big one. It was a big fireball, pointing to the air, but it transformed as a dragon, and then exploded. And Naruto have 100% on each test. On each one. Sasuke Uchiha, step up. Fire style. Dragon flame roar. A bunch of fire came out of Sasuke's mouth. And then it transformed to a dragon. And then it roared in the air, making more small fireballs shoot out of the dragon's mouth, showing him and Sasuke get 100%. Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke is second, Naruto is first. Sasuke smiled at Naruto. Naruto gave him Sasuke a foxy grin. And they passed the test. I'll be ending it off here since I know you will love this video so much. Peace out, anime fans. Anime Uchiha out, and I hope you enjoyed this What If. What if Naruto was the grandson of Madara Uchiha? Peace out, anime fans. Anime Uchiha out. Love you all.